Hey, what's all? Hope you're having a good Saturday. I'm fixing to go to work here pretty soon, so we'll see if we can get some people in here. I just wanted to, first of all, thank everybody for supporting us. You guys have been just absolutely fantastic this month of August. It definitely is encouraging to me that we might have something here, and this comeback was not completely unwarranted. Um, Yeah, one of the reasons, and I love doing this podcast, is because I'm completely restricted at Facebook for I guess another 40 plus days. I can't report anything over there. I can't promote what we're doing. Um, it makes it really hard to launch a channel when my social media skills are not very good to begin with, and I've completely effed up. Here's how I did it. I'm trying to remember everything I said on Facebook to get me all screwed up over there. I'm on there, but they told me that my stuff will be pushed down literally, and I can't even buy ads. I cannot buy ads on Facebook. What's the other stuff? Yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of bullshit that they put on me over there, and I can't really operate. And some of you were saying, "Well, get rid of Facebook. Why are you on Facebook? Why should you care about that?" It's just so I can get the word out for the work that we're doing. And because Facebook owns Instagram, I don't really want to start an Instagram account. I've made it this far. I was one of the people on MySpace. We worked very hard on that, and it just went belly up real fast. And although we can see Facebook is taking over the world, and a lot of the people that I reach kind of are out there on that particular platform. So it's just really cool, actually, that we're able to operate on YouTube for how much longer. I have no idea. We had a great show this week. We did a tribute. We did that here, but I had some friends from our buddy Michael Badnarik, who we lost last week, and coming on, and it wasn't even a eulogy; it was a celebration. Some really smart ladies in Vicky Carp and Leah LaChapelle that came on, and then we had it's kind of a last minute booking through one of the publicists I work with, and they put on this guy. He's written a couple of books in Blue Dawn series, Uncivil War, and I thought he did a great job. He definitely brought up a few things that I haven't heard on the news regarding, the legal procedures with the Trump raid and whatnot. And I think they could use him on their team because he did a fantastic job, better than the lawyers, better than the pundits. And I think one of the better points he made was that things go to the National Archives, and then that president or their team or their lawyers or what have you, however all that works, is that they declassify things to put in their presidential library, which is how Obama and everyone else did it. And they didn't raid their houses. And once again, me not being the biggest Trump supporter in the world, they keep doing things that make me wonder if maybe I should be. I don't know. And a lot of people are going to get mad about that. And it's crazy because I keep getting classified. One of my friends was in Texas was saying, "Hey, let me promote your channel." I'm warning them, "Hey, this could get you in a little bit of trouble. I'm considered right wing these days." Is that the deal? Wow, man. Because I'm really not. I don't know, because I believe in the Bill of Rights. I mean, almost everything. This is where I stray from Rand Paul's in the world or Ayn Rand's in the world. I mean, you cut from the top, cut the subsidies and the corporate welfare, and then we'll get to where the people are. Because this report came out today that it's going to cost you to raise an 18-year-old child. It's going to cost you around $350,000. I think it breaks down to something like $20,000 a year. I mean, it's almost impossible. You can't even be mad at people who don't have kids at this point, though, we should. So you have put us in a position with massive inflation, with growing prices everywhere, with less opportunities for our children and for ourselves, to barely be able to make it. So either we have the decision, I'm sure this is kind of where they want us to go, is to not have children and not litter the world with our children. And, that's up to you, but I think you can be responsible about that as well. But it's a pretty major decision to make for you to decide to have a child. And how are you going to come up with that extra 20 grand a year, which is like what it is? How do I get my kid to school? Both parents have to work. How do I raise a child? How do we put food on the family? Maybe your child, like mine, has special dietary needs. Maybe you have health issues with your children. So all of that kind of falls into line with, I guess maybe this is social engineering to the effect that they just don't want us to have it. They're making it so expensive for us to raise our children that we can't have them. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, I'm not a right winger. Meanwhile, I believe in safety nets. I believe that there should be help for us. And more importantly, as a quasi-libertarian, voluntarist, heterodox, I see it all working around the button in the machine. If you didn't F us so bad and make it so expensive to have children and to just live a very basic life where we're not greedy people and we just want the most basic things in life, then you're going to have to help us or give us some of our tax money back. I'm trying to figure out if we're actually on the air at this point, but let's just, let's just say we are. I don't know. It's Saturday. Everybody's at the beach. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead without you. Some breaking news that came out, and I don't get into what other podcasters are doing. I seriously believe in ideas over personality. So I don't do that unless I have some kind of intimate connection to it. And then I'll go there. And I certainly don't have an intimate connection to podcaster and DNC waterboy Sam Harris. I just don't, although I look at people like that and I just wonder, how the hell do you have like millions of viewers on your stuff? Because he's intellectual, because he sells himself that way, because I think he talks down and punches down to his fans, his followers, people that subscribe to his business. And I guess that's what people do. There's something to that, isn't there? But we've been watching him for a while, and I honestly I can't sit through like a whole video of his cousin Sam Harris. Is he related to Kamala Harris? I don't know. But he just came out and admitted on a friendly podcast. This is a friendly podcast where he was invited to be kind of honored. And he's feeling himself, and he comes out and admits that there was a vast left-wing conspiracy in 2020 on several different levels. And I'm super okay with, his free speech. I encourage it, but apparently he's not with yours. And one of the things he was defending was the killing of the New York Post story about the president's son, Hunter Biden, where they called the foundling of his laptop a Russian propaganda act. And we weren't allowed to post that. This is right before the election. And I think that was news. And certainly if it was Trump, they would have posted it. And that's where you kind of see the double standard happening. And basically the essence of that was he's okay with whatever you do, no matter what rights it takes away from you, because it's a justified alleged villain. He's a Hitler, and therefore we could take away your basic rights and rights of journalists to push forward a story that turned out, as we now know, to be true. Much like a lot of the things in COVID we weren't allowed to say, that you now kind of can say because they did turn out to be true. And once again, you were right and the establishment was wrong, but they didn't want you saying that, and you got in trouble with social media for saying it, just as I have for not saying that. That's not what I got in trouble for. I got in trouble for posting a Butthole Surfers song and an album cover and quoting. I probably can't even say this on this channel, but I'm going to. Quoting Dead Kennedy lyrics, "Kill the Poor," which is obviously irony in its finest, like Holiday in Cambodia. These, of course, were people that inspired me that have later now become water carriers again for the DNC. But Sam Harris got questioned. He's on he's on an empathetic podcast who have him on to basically honor him and champion his intelligence, and he just comes right out. He's feeling himself and just comes right out and says, there is a vast left-wing conspiracy. Remember when Heil Hitler, Hillary Clinton, said there was a vast right-wing conspiracy? There are conspiracies in the world, and this was one of them, and he admitted it. But it's a means to an end. And so I guess, in the end, we're good with certain conspiracies as a means to an end, or, to use or to prosecute or intervene at alleged villains. And we're okay with theories, mathematical theories, theoretical physics, theoretical astrophysics, sports. They're saying now Tom Brady is missing from his training camp. That's football. If you guys don't know, it's sports ball, because he's on The Masked Singer. Right? We can hypothesize, we can exaggerate that hypothesis, we can run forward with all kinds of crazy analogies, just as long as it's not politics or current events, and just as long as it doesn't mess with an election. So, there's a theoretical history. Those who win, of course, the victors write the history. There are many different versions of history, and I think thanks to some of the work people are doing today, we're beginning to kind of unlock that combination, and we're finding out, what we were taught in school about history isn't exactly true. I know when we had on our second guest on the Acheli show, Thursday live show, and he was, bringing up Lincoln and freeing the slaves. And I don't even have time to go into all that. And I didn't then, and I'm not going to do it now. Maybe I'll do a whole show on that. But I brought up, how the Civil War didn't start because the South wouldn't do what it was told, or because of the slaves or anything else. Because let's remember that Lincoln said to preserve the Union, he would send all black people back to Africa. It was because of what was essentially a false flag or a no flag at Fort Sumter. And that was very close to what we saw with the Gulf of Tonkin, where kind of nothing happened, or something, or the Maine in the Spanish-American War, where something might have happened and it was blamed on the enemy, but the enemy didn't do it. So, history is written by the victors, certainly, but we're beginning to learn that we can say certain things, or we can go back and revisit history, unlock that combination, so to speak, and find out what really happened. And I think a lot of people are really, really into that. So, that's kind of what we do here. And more importantly, there's just so much news to report. I'm not even sure if we're podcasting because I'm seeing some weird numbers up here, but we'll see what happens. But I really wanted to respect and appreciate you guys for making this channel what it's becoming, for supporting the work that we're doing. It's inspiring me to do more and to come back in a way that even I didn't think I was capable of doing. And you guys are getting my back, and I really, really appreciate it. I hope you keep doing that. We're doing a pretty big fundraiser right now till the end of the month, and I've got I don't know, a dozen or more very limited edition t-shirts done by a pretty famous artist. He did a logo for us, and I've never, really hardly used that. I think we used it on Free Blood. Radio Free Blood, if it's still out there, you can see what it is. It's kind of R. Crumish, so it looks cool. And I'm only making 30 of them, and I think we've sold about almost half of those now. So I'd really like to get you guys to be involved in that, and we're giving those out for a $50 donation. So it'd be really cool if you guys continue to support us. If you haven't yet, or you can't, if you could dig deep and do that. I know times are really tough, and that's why I'm asking for your support. Other than that, $5, $10, whatever, jackblood@hotmail.com. You can send it over there. I'm going to do another podcast. I think I might be doing one from my job. I work at a bar on Saturday nights. I might even do a live podcast from the bar tonight, and just a different background. And it's got, different environment. I'll be in a different mood. I don't know. We'll see what I can say over there. That's kind of funny because, like you, I got to be careful what I say at work, right? Who knows? Who knows about all that? jackblood@hotmail.com. We take PayPal. We take Zelle. And work with us here till the end of the month. I need to, we just need to finish selling this t-shirt run, and then we're making posters and bumper stickers and some other stuff after that. Almost all of that I can send you guys for nothing. Just that you support us. It means so much to us. So thanks so much. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Stay bold and shine bright, you crazy diamonds.